Hey guys, it's Doug Lazy. Welcome to another Now Playing in Your PJs. Now, this guy right here believes in God. He does not believe in THOT. Those are words to live by. We're hanging out with Masked Wolf. How are you, sir?
Wow, man. Very great intro right there. The best I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. Astronaut in the Ocean is everywhere right now, man. You're from Australia. Have you ever been here to Sacramento? Have you ever paid us a visit in the capital city?
No, not to Sacramento though. I've been to LA, Miami, very short travels, but no, not Sacramento.
All right, we got to change that now that everything's starting to open up and stuff, man. We got to get you here singing Astronaut in the Ocean.
Done.
Speaking of, man, the song is huge. So you got to tell us what's it about because the title is so confusing. You think astronaut, you think outer space, you think ocean, you think like divers, you know what I mean? So can you kind of tell us like what the whole concept was for the song?
Yeah. For me, it was just feeling out of place. Like I wanted to give imagery about how I felt out of place and try and give something that was cool, a bit of confusion at the same time. Like, why is it astronaut in the ocean? So for me, as you said, like astronauts are meant to be in space, and that's where I felt like I'm meant to be. And like space was the rap industry or like music in general, and I was just stuck in the complete opposite. I was stuck in the seabed. I had the suit on, I was ready to go, but I wasn't in the right environment. And for me, like, obviously, I explained the reasons because of that in the song mental depression, anxiety, because they were like my own personal things. But yeah, that's basically how I lined the song up.
So what if fans said, because everybody can hear a song and interpret it differently. What's like the best interpretation you've heard from fans, like what your song means to them?
Actually, a lot of them were like, "Yeah, that's what I thought it meant," and I'm like, "Okay, that's pretty cool." Like, a lot of them don't actually take the guess. They're like, "What does it mean?" And they want me to tell them. You know what I mean? Like they just they're more curious rather than saying, "Oh, I think it means this." Um, a lot of people, I think there was one where because astronauts land in the ocean when they finish their like journey, and I think there were some that were like talking about that. But really it was me like expressing exactly what I felt. And that's why I put it up in the YouTube comment, like in the video, on the official music video, I put the exact meaning to me. So I just clarified it with for everyone.
I got you, man. So you made your world TV premiere on the Tonight Show last week. How was that?
It was pretty nuts. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. It's
man.
very
The show it turned out awesome. I watched it. I was one of the first comments. Like right after you posted that, after you had done it, I was like, "Oh, it was amazing," because it was really good. And you had like the rain. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube or it's probably on your Instagram too, right? The
yeah,
performance,
yeah.
so good. So you guys got to watch it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was nuts. It was like we really wanted to convey space and not like just the spaceship, like it was the music video all over again. And we really wanted to surprise people with like a live. Maybe I shouldn't ruin it, but we wanted to surprise people. If you haven't heard it, it's not just the original, and that's all you get. So there's a bit of surprise towards the end.
It was fantastic. How has your life changed, man? Because I imagine your life's changed a lot
Yeah.
relatively quickly, right?
I mean, the biggest change is obviously not working full time anymore on a normal 9 to 5 job. My mind is still adapting to that, and it's been like 9 or 10 weeks. You know what I mean? Even maybe a bit longer. So for me, it's like just I don't know. I'm very privileged to wake up every day and just say, okay, what am I doing for music now, rather than what boardroom am I going to, and I have to be at work at 9 on the dot. So life has changed immensely on that side, and also like the collaborations I'm able to look at doing now, and the connections have grown, which is awesome. But yeah, it's a blessing either way.
So what were you doing? You said just up to like 9 or 10 weeks ago, you were doing a full-time job. I heard that you actually went in and you actually quit your full-time job. What were you doing prior to? What was the grind every day?
I was just in sales, man. Like I was helping businesses go digital. I was in the corporate world, so I was in a suit by day and in the studio by night. So I hated putting the suit on. Just didn't suit me at all. Like I was just looked in the mirror and I'm like, no, I'm meant to wear hip hop clothes. So it's all changed now, which is good.
And now you just have to wear a suit when you go collect your Grammys, right?
Let's not talk about that.
So it's so good, man. So this didn't happen overnight. I want a lot of people to know that, like, you've been grinding for a minute, right? And you actually had so much confidence, you took a loan out to actually build like a home studio. And a lot of people are like probably think that's risky, but to me, it sounds like you invested in yourself and it's paying off now.
Yeah, I mean, like that point, I was in my maybe early 20s, late teens, and I think it was more passion than confidence. Like I love, pardon me, music, and it was just like this is what you have to do. Like you want to be at home, you want to learn the ins and outs, you want to learn things for mixing or whatever it may be, and play songs and record more. So for me, it was like, I mean, if it's a passion for you, you invest, whether it's like financially or physically or mentally. That's exactly what it all comes about. So for me, it was like, hey, yeah, I've got a home studio. It's cool, but there's more work to be done than just having a home studio. Just sit there in the corner of your house. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I feel you. I have a gym upstairs, man. I've seen it maybe twice. All good. I totally know what you're saying though. So we got a lot of super fans who want to ask you some questions if it's cool. Kayla in Woodland wants to know what's your hobby you have besides music that you like to do?
Basketball and games.
Like video games?
Yeah.
There we go. Maria in Sacramento wants to know, are you single? If so, would you date a fan? Oh, I think she's trying to shoot her shot here, Wolf.
Would I date a fan? It's all about connection to me. So
Gotcha.
if they weren't fangirling hard out, then yeah, most probably. Am I single? TBD.
There we go. All right, you might want to just be on the lookout for Maria. I think she's going to be in your DMs, man. Gabe in Citrus Heights wants to know, can you do an American accent? Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know. Can I? I don't know. My name's John, and I'm from Texas, Tennessee.
Texas and Tennessee are two separate states.
I was saying when I said it, I'm like, oh, I stuffed this one up.
That's awesome. Shauna Roosevelt wants to know, who are you listening to? We're all listening to you, so who are you listening to?
I really like Polo G at the moment. I think he's in a really good phase of his music, and I always listen to Joyner Lucas. So,
gotcha. Who are some of your who's like one of your favorite artists that's come out of Australia? Because we've had Kid LAROI. I mean, we've had like a whole bunch of artists come out of Australia that have made it big in the States.
Kid LAROI.
Yeah.
Kid LAROI. I mean, like there are some more underground ones that don't have the recognition that Kid LAROI has, but I think Kid LAROI is the most talented when it comes to like singing and being in that Juice WRLD type of style, if that makes sense, or that Post Malone type, style. So, I mean, for his age, he's definitely the best. So,
gotcha. Stacey Nell Grove wants to know, what would you be doing if you weren't doing music?
Still working that full-time job.
They got from music, huh? Joni Agal wants to know, what causes are close to your heart?
What was the second word? What causes?
What causes? Like what I guess what charities are close to your heart, like organizations?
Oh, okay, sorry. Definitely like mental health, like everything around mental health. I think like stuff like mental health, depression, anxiety, and like domestic violence.
All really big issues right now in this pandemic, man. Mental health, domestic violence. I mean, those are all, yeah. Awesome. Andrea and Rockland wants to know, what is your biggest pet peeve?
When like you go out to dinner and you see people just taking a bunch of photos, like at the dinner table, constantly, that type of stuff, and also people when they're like on the phone, they talk really, really loud. You can hear them from like across the street. Like they want everyone to know their conversation. Those are like my two.
I'm on the phone. I have a friend. Yeah, Rachel Afonso wants to know, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Mambo Number 5.
Really? I would never guess that.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up, man? What's lined up here in the near future and the long term for 2021? What's on the way?
For me, it's just where we've got the remix coming out very soon for Astro, and then obviously I've got a single on the way. Been making a bunch of singles; they're all ready to go, so they're all sitting there in a folder waiting to be shown to the world. And I'm working on the album at the moment, which I would say is like 50-60% done, which is a good sign. And then obviously tour as well. So the tour just depends on COVID, but I mean, when the borders open up, your boy's on a plane, basically.
Get here to Sacramento, man. Come visit us. What do you want to tell your number one fans here in Sacramento?
First of all, the Kings, the Sacramento Kings, they're gonna be good soon. Just don't worry. To any NBA fans, give us a bit more time. They'll be sweet. They'll be sweet. Second of all, if you're pushing for something, it doesn't have to be music. Just remember, there's no such thing as success without pain. So take the pain, use it as fuel, and the negativity, and keep your drive up.
Astronaut in the Ocean is all over the radio right now. Shout out to everyone who's requesting it. I mean, we nonstop, man. People are just like loving this song. So we can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Thank you so much. Mask Wolf, everybody.
No worries. Peace.